Hello, Jordan Burris here. Today's May the 24th, and on this date in 1941, legendary singer-songwriter Bob Dylan would be born in Duluth, Minnesota. Born Robert Allen Zimmerman, Dylan would be raised in Hibbing, Minnesota as part of a working-class Jewish community. As a child, he would fixate on the music that would pour across the radio, like blues, country and western, and eventually rock and roll. In high school, Dylan would form rock and roll bands and perform in and around his hometown. But in college at the University of Minnesota, Bob Dylan's musical trajectory would take a more folk-laden, acoustic direction when he would be introduced to the recordings of Joan Baez, Odetta, Ramblin' Jack Elliott, and most profoundly, Woody Guthrie. Inspired by the songwriting of Woody Guthrie, Bob Dylan would drop out of college in 1960 and hitchhike his way to New York City in search of a Kerouacian American adventure. Dylan quickly made a name for himself in the folk scene of Greenwich Village, performing at exclusive clubs like the Café Wah and Gertie's Folk City. By 1963, Dylan had emerged as the leader of the anti-war and social movement changes that were sweeping the country. His songs like Oxford Town, which recounted racial tensions in America's South, and A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, which documented the fear and isolation felt during the Cuban Missile Crisis, spoke loudly to his generation and their frustration with the leadership of the Western world. Dylan's rise in 1960s popular culture was meteoric, from humble beginnings in Minnesota to the voice of a generation. Virtually all of Dylan's peers counted him as an immense source of inspiration, from the Beatles to the Byrds, from Sonny and Cher to Johnny Cash. Dylan's influence would broaden throughout the 1960s and 1970s as he continued to push social change as well as explore deeply American mythology. Dylan would have a creative revival in the 1990s, highlighted by the Daniel Lanois-produced and Grammy Award-winning album Time Out of Mind in 1997. In 2001, Bob Dylan's song Things Have Changed won the Academy Award for Best Original Song for its use in the film Wonder Boys. And throughout the 2000s, Bob Dylan has continued to produce critically acclaimed albums such as Love and Theft, Modern Times, and Rough and Rowdy Ways. He has also continued to tour heavily, as part of his never-ending tour, which commenced in 1988, a commitment to spread as much music to as many people as possible. The accolades bestowed upon Dylan are almost too many to count. He is a 10-time Grammy Award winner, an Academy Award winner, and a Golden Globe Award winner. He is a 2-time recipient of honorary doctorates of music, a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, a Kennedy Center Awards honoree, a recipient of the National Medal of Arts, and a winner of the Pulitzer Prize as well as the Nobel Prize for Literature. Dylan is also a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well as the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and he is 83 years old today. And a happy 83rd birthday to Mr. Bob Dylan, and here's a rendition of arguably his best-known song, Blowin' in the Wind.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must the white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. out